Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everybody. They just answer me like that. Good afternoon, everybody. That's better. Okay, my name is Amarachi Victory Obed, and I'm a recent graduate of the University of Nigeria. I I graduated from the Department of Pure Chemistry, a white building opposite student affairs that strangles lives. I made it through, so it's something of pride. I'm really happy, like really happy to be here. I don't pass a chance to speak to people because for people that know me, is my favorite thing to do. I love to talk. And I really hope that by the time I'm done, you would have a full book of lessons. I started a leadership community for young females, just like Crown Story. Mine was an idea too when I graduated. I was very active politically, and I had a lot of people who wanted to be like me. But I'm going and I can't be present to teach everybody to do what I did. So I decided to start a community that would preserve the philosophies I ran with while I was here. And that is Influence Africa. Oh, we did backdrop. So I am the founder of Femfluence Africa. It's a leadership community for young women. Sorry to the men, but people are not included. Don't be angry. It's not gender equality thing, no. Let's not start fighting. But then my purpose, my my specialty to the ladies. And so what we do in our community is to teach, explain, encourage, persuade young ladies to know that life is a process that you must follow. Basically, the advent of social media has cost us societal morals. Many young ladies have just two aims in life. It's either they marry a rich man or they accidentally blow. And the most possible accidental blowing is TikTok. And what it involves is shaking of bomb bomb. It doesn't pass it. Now, that has cost us a lot of very promising young ladies who no longer have the strength to do anything meaningful because it's either they marry an odogu or somehow they jump into limelight and then have money from TikTok and Facebook. But so what we do at Fempress Africa is to teach, exemplify, and encourage young women to know that if you want to be relevant in life, you have to put in the work and follow the process. Does anybody understand me? So, just before my presentation comes on, I'm going to talk about academics, politics, and relationship, how to combine them and get the fruit of influence and connection. Because just like every one of us here, I have a very interesting story of my life in this school. And since the story started happening, it's been my message until something else happens. I came to UNN when I was 16 and I was very small. I mean, physically very small. And I was very timid and naive. Don't laugh at me. But I had a mindset that anybody taller than me is older than me. Like I was afraid of people that are taller than me because, well, they're bigger than me, you should be older. So it made me to not be able to talk to people. I have things I can say, write a whole essay in my head. But the moment I need to open my mouth, I watch my chest going through the window in my very before. I was that scared. So if I'm looking like I'm now having stage fright, if you knew me in 2018, 2019, I was a mess of a human being. Reason is that what I love to do is what I feared the most. Even in interpersonal relationships, like talking to people, I could get offended and I have rehearsed my speech. Like I've prepared to give the person buzz. If I just reach there, nothing, it's fine. Because I just can't even start to offload my rehearsed speech. Everything just goes through the window. And I'm like, what is it? Nothing. It's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. But then I discovered that I could not do life like that. So can't do life like that. So I had to do something about it. And my session today is going to center around what I did and how it helped me, just so you can learn. There was something I told Crown the first time I met him. I think that was in January. I said, UNM makes people. You have to decide if you want to be made. You see this, I don't know if it's a four corner, if it be rectangle, but you see this compound from front gate to back gate to center gate, hit up gate to the neighbor gate to dim gate. This environment makes people, it refines people. But the funny thing is that you can walk in and walk out completely unrefined. Like you can even get more crude than you came. And it doesn't make any sense because this is the only place that you would meet the largest group of people in your life. Nursery school, if your school was too big, 200 pupils. Secondary school, if you went to federal like me, 3,000 students. If you leave this place, depending on the industry you go into, you probably will never meet more than 300 people at a place for the rest of your life. Whether you're working in an organization or you're doing business or you're volunteering, whatever it is that you choose to do, you would never meet as much people as you would meet in this compound again in your life. And if you have to learn how to relate with people, this is the best place to learn it because people expect you to be trained here. When you graduate and you are not actually trained, you want us to ask, did you ever go to school? You know, somebody say, this is acting like he's uneducated. It's not because they gave you an impromptu test in your course of study and you did not pass it. It is because society expects you to behave in a certain way if you are educated. So when you don't behave in that certain way, your school fees was a waste. They may tell you, they may not tell you. But let me tell you today that if you go through this compound and don't come out refined, apologize to your father. He wasted this money. The chances of practicing exactly what you learned in the classroom is less than 10%. So if you see that you have a friend who is not as ambitious as you are, maybe like this now that we're talking, you heard about startups today, you go and start racking your brain about something that you can innovate. Then you share your idea with a friend. What's that one, Kwan? I beg. That's not your friend. Run! I'm serious. The reason is because sometimes your friends are the people who help you to overcome self-doubt. And if you have friends that cannot help you when you're doubting yourself, you are a lone ranger. I apologize for telling you, but you don't have friends. Next slide, please. How to build good relationships. Attach value to yourself. Let me use Twitter language. Bring something to the table. Don't carry only plate and spoon and come to even if it's a cup of water, bring. People who have value want to associate with value. People who have self-worth want to associate with people who have self-worth. So you cannot treat yourself or think of yourself as just a normal human being walking the streets of the world and then expect somebody who sees him or herself highly placed to relate with you. Next thing you will say, we used to be friends in first year. When we now got to third year, she stopped talking to me. On the level, where again level? Gina, your level before. Sometimes we begin to feel entitled to people who have long gone past us, and it's because we have refused to move. And you expect somebody who is moving to not leave you. The person does not want your weight. So you have to attach value to yourself, be open and honest, show genuine interest. When your friend or friends are doing something, one of the ways to remain in their circle is by showing interest. So your friend wants to start a business, contribute your ideas, contribute your efforts. Your friend wants to host a program, ask them how you can help. Your friend needs to submit a research article somewhere and they ask you for help. Open your own Google Chrome, help them browse something. Your friend wants to participate in a cultural activity or a political activity. Do something for them. Show interest. Don't just be, okay, oh, congrats in advance, and you move forward. Hey, do you know, I want to run for departmental section. Ha, you section. No problem. I want to start this business. I have this idea. They'll tell you the idea with all excitement, and then you go. Many people are doing the business already. Do you think you will succeed? You sure you will not even succeed? Just leave it. And then when they leave you and move, you complain that they are feeling too big. My dear, they have the right to feel too big. So then the ways of sustaining the relationships. First of all, let people know that you have them at heart. Whether they are above you, below you, your colleagues, let people know that you have them at heart. Let's say I become your friend. We have a discussion today. I share my ideas with you, and then today you tell me, oh, your idea is good. After that's what they said we should be saying. Next 2 weeks, and I say, I've executed this step. Oh, what do you think I should do next? And you be like, me, I don't know. I don't really know. Just whatever works for you, just do it. The friendship will not last because you're not bringing any more value to the person. Then the last thing I want to talk about is balance. Because one of the major questions I get, right, is this school is already very stressful. PIC in particular stressed me. And I know every other department does. So people are always worried about how to combine the already choking schoolwork with maybe whatever else they want to do, whether it's business or politics or even making friends. Because making friends sef na work. Let me tell you the truth. Balance is 50-50, and life is never balanced. That's the bitter but real truth. You're never going to be able to balance your academics with politics or with relationships 50-50. What is important is that you learn what is priority at each point in time. Do you understand me? If you have a test tomorrow, at this point, that test is important. Shelf your business, shelf your club membership, shelf your political office, and study. When you write the test finish, you continue. You are trying to build this friendship with this person, and they have some party, some gathering to attend, and you are free, attend. If you have something more important at that time, kindly express your apologies for not being able to attend and do what is more important. When I was departmental president, there was never a day I went home before 9 p.m. After coming to school by 7:30 in the morning. There was never a day. Because I went, for me not to miss my classes, I scheduled all meetings to the evenings. And I had church most days too. So I go from class to some meeting venue, from there to church. Sometimes even the meeting will stretch into the night. And I go home and wake up tomorrow and continue. It is actually really stressful, to be honest. Doing anything worthwhile in this life is stressful. But the value that you get after surviving that stress is what you want to learn. Don't ever feel like I'm being choked by, I don't know, I can't do this. In short, I'm leaving this business or I'm leaving this political aspiration. Please let people that have time do it. The people that are doing it, you don't actually have time. That's the honest truth. But it takes self-discipline and time management which will never be equal, but you should learn what is priority at each point in time to scale through combining any two things at all. Um, if you have to choose between academics and something else, because you came to school, please choose academics. But don't forget that when you leave this place, academics may not choose you. And by then, the other things you learned would be what would help you to scale through life. The resilience alone that you build from being able to juggle two activities at the same time. Like now, I like to use myself as an example. I don't even think I'll ever be overwhelmed in this life again. Every overwhelming what I suppose don't get. I had this in UNN. Anything else, I'll just apply the knowledge I have from school because I was juggling about 6 things at each point in time, trying to be a chemistry graduate. Can't imagine how difficult it was. But I have gathered so much inner strength that no matter, even if Nigeria wants to fold up, I will survive. And when I speak outside, nobody's going to say, this is an Okakwara school. Agaram school, I have evidence. I can talk to anybody. Okay, is it working? I can talk to, hello, okay. I can talk to anybody, anywhere, about anything, for as long as I deem fit, I'm allowed to. It is very shameful that somebody will go through university and come out, and you can't talk to two people. Two! BSc, Economics and Banking and Finance. You come out, certificate UNN, ha, super lioness, Guinea Eco. Ma, please, we want you to address this audience. What is it? Okay, so before that time, you have to be able to articulately express yourself. That is one of the foremost evidence rather, that you are educated. So finally, before I round up my session, I would like to advise every one of us. I just shared strategies that I know will work with my own stories. What I want you to do is to take them, internalize them, compare your life now with the life you're looking for, and pick the strategies that would help you to achieve that life. Nobody has it easy. Nobody will ever have it easy. Life is not fair on anyone.